Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the concept CLR Parser in compiler design. First, let us see what is CLR Parser. The CLR Parser stands for Canonical LR Parser. It is a more powerful LR parser and it uses the lookahead symbols. It is a method which uses the large set of items called LR of 1 items, and the initial lookahead is always the dollar sign. Now let us see the steps in constructing the CLR parsing table. First step is writing the augmented grammar, then find the LR of one collection of items and then construct the CLR parsing table. Now let us understand the concept of CLR parser with an example. Here we have the grammar with the productions S tends to A tends to AA and A tends to B. First step is to find the augmented grammar. So for writing the augmented production, we have to introduce the new variable which derives the start symbol. So here start symbol is S. So we can write it as S dash tends to S. S dash is the newly introduced variable and S is the start symbol. After this, we have to write all the productions in the given grammar as it is. So S tends to A tends to AA and A tends to B. So second step is to find the LR of one item sets. So let us consider the initial item set as I0. So for representing the initial item set, we have to consider the first production in the augmented grammar. So we have to introduce the dot before the start symbol. And then after that we have to write the lookahead symbol. So S dash tends to dot S comma dollar. So we know that initial lookahead symbol is always dollar sign. So we are using dollar here. And we have to check whether any variable is there after the yes. So if there is no variable, then we have to follow the same lookahead symbol for the further production. But if there is any variable, we have to find the first of that particular variable and use those terminals as the lookahead symbol. So in this case, we don't have anything after S, so we have to expand S. So whenever we have the dot before any variable, we have to write the relevant production of that particular variable. So S is having the production which is S tends to AA. So introduce dot in the right hand side before the first symbol and write the production. So S tends to dot AA comma the lookahead symbol is dollar sign because after S we don't have anything, so write dollar sign. Next, now we have dot before the variable A. So we have to write the productions related to A. So we have two productions AA and B. For this look ahead symbol, we have to consider A here because after this A we have one more A. So since there is a variable, we have to find the first of that variable. So first of A is according to this rule, according to this grammar, first of A is A comma B. So we can expand A as A tends to dot AA comma the look ahead symbols are nothing but first of A which is nothing but A or B. And for A tends to B also we have to write A tends to dot B comma A or B. Because both the productions are related to A, we are writing the same look ahead symbols which is nothing but first of A. So thus we have found the item set 0. Next we can proceed with the further item set. So for that we have to consider each production. In that we have to consider the symbol which is having dot before it. So in this case dot is before S. So consider I0 comma S. I0 comma S. After that we have to move dot one position to the right. So if we move dot one position to the right, it becomes S dash tends to S dot comma dollar. So since the dot is at the end of the production, we cannot expand it further. So give the name for this item set as I1. Next, consider the second production. In this case, dot is before the variable A. So considering I0 comma A, move the dot one position to the right. So it becomes A dot A. So in this case, it is S tends to A dot A comma dollar. And here dot is before this variable A. So we have to write the relevant productions of A. So after this variable, we don't have any symbol, so we should use the look ahead symbol as dollar itself. So it can be written as for A we have two productions, A tends to A and A tends to B. So we can write A tends to dot AA comma dollar and then A tends to dot B comma dollar. So why dollar is used means after this A we don't have any symbol, so we use dollar itself. Now this is the new item set, let us name it as I2. Next we consider the third production. Here dot is before the terminal A, so considering I0 comma small a, move dot one position to the right, so it becomes A tends to A dot A comma A or B. So we have dot before this variable a. So after this we don't have any other symbol. So in this case also we have to consider the same lookahead symbol which is available for this production for the relevant productions of A also. So A has two productions, that is A tends to AA and A tends to B. So we can write it as A tends to dot AA comma same lookahead symbol, that is ARB, and A tends to dot B comma ARB. So this is the new item set, let it be I3. Next, we have to consider the fourth production, that is I naught comma small b. So I naught comma small b, move dot one position to the right, so it becomes A tends to B dot comma ARB. So dot is at the end of the production, it is not expandable further. So this is the new item set, let it be I4. So we have completed the I naught item set. If we consider I1, that is at the end of the production, so we cannot expand it further. So go for item set 2. So dot in this first production, dot is before the variable A. So consider I2 comma A, move dot one position to the right, so it becomes S tends to AA dot comma dollar. So this is the new item set which can be named as I5. So this is not expandable further, so we go for the second production. I2 comma small a. So I2 comma small a, move dot one position to the right, so it becomes A tends to A dot A comma dollar. So here dot is before the variable A. So after this we don't have anything, so same lookahead has to be considered. So relevant production of A is A tends to dot AA comma dollar and A tends to dot B comma dollar. So we have to check whether this item set is already available. It is not available, so give the new name, so it is I6. Next we have to consider I2 comma B. So I2 comma B. So I2 comma B means here we have to move the dot one position to the right, so it becomes A tends to B dot comma dollar. So this is also the new item set, so that is I7. Now we have completed the item set 2. Next we consider item set 3. So here considering the first production, dot is before the variable A. So consider I3 comma A. Dot is to be moved one position to the right, so it can be written as A tends to AA dot comma the lookahead symbols are ARB. So dot is the end of the production, so it cannot be expanded further. So let this be the new item set, that is I8. Next we have to consider I3 comma small a. So I3 comma small a is we have to move dot one position to the right, so that is A tends to A dot A comma ARB. So dot is before the variable A. So after this variable A we don't have any symbol, so same lookahead symbol will be used for this production which is relevant to A. So for A we have two productions, that is A tends to AA and A tends to B. So write it as A tends to dot AA comma ARB and A tends to dot B comma ARB. So we have to check whether this item set is already existing. So if you see the item set 3, it is similar, so we can give the same name, that is I3. Next I3 comma B we have to consider. So I3 comma B means move dot one position to the right, so we can write it as A tends to B dot comma ARB. So we have to check whether this is already existing. Yes, it is existing, that is item set 4. So we give the same name. So I3 is completed. If you consider I4, dot is at the end of the production. I5 also having dot at the end of the production. So we have to consider I6. So in the first production, dot is before the variable A. So consider I6 comma A. Move dot one position to the right. So we can write it as A tends to AA dot comma dollar. So dot is at the end of the production, so we cannot expand it further. So we have to check whether it is already existing. So it is not existing, so we write the new name, that is after I8 we have to write I9. Next I6 comma small a. So I6 comma small a is we have to move the dot one position to the right, so that is A tends to A dot A dollar. So after this A we don't have anything, so we use the same lookahead symbol for the further production. So for A we have two productions, A tends to A and A tends to B, so we can write A tends to dot AA comma dollar and A tends to dot B comma dollar. So we have to check whether this is already existing. So it is similar to the item set 6. So we name it as I6. Next I6 comma B we have to consider. So I6 comma B we can write it as A tends to B dot dollar by shifting dot one position to the right. So A tends to B dot dollar, we have to check whether it is already existing. So it is similar to I7. So it can be written as I7. So we have completed I6. I7 is having dot at the end of the production. I8 is also dot having dot at the end of the production. So this is repeated. Now I9, it is also having dot at the end of the production. So totally we have 9 item sets. So let us represent this with the state transition diagram. So here we have I0 on S. So I0 on S, it goes to I1. So I0 on S, it goes to I1, and I0 on A, it goes to I2. So I0 on A, it goes to I2, and I0 on small a, I0 on small a, it goes to I3, and I0 on small b, it goes to I4. So I0 on small b, it is I4. Then I2 on A, I2 on A, it is I5, and then I2 on small a, it is I6. So we can see that I2 on small a, it is I6, and then I2 on small b, I2 on small b is I7. So I2 on small b is I7, and then I3 on capital A, I3 on capital A, it is I8 as mentioned here, and I3 on small a. So I3 on small a, it is I3 itself. So as mentioned here, we can see that I3 on small a is I3, and then I3 on small b is I4. So I3 on small b is I4. I6, next we have I6 on capital A. So I6 on capital A, it is I9 as mentioned here. Next I6 on small a. So I6 on small a is I6 itself. So I6 on small a is I6. I6 on small b, it is I7. So I6 on small b, it is I7. So thus we have constructed the state transition diagram for this item sets. Next we have to construct the parsing table. So consider the grammar. Here the numbers are given for each production, and consider the state transition diagram. So similar to SLR parser, we have item set, action, and go to. In item sets, we have all the item sets, that is we have I0 to I9. So everything is represented here. And in action, we have terminals, that is A, B. Along with A, comma B, we should include the dollar sign also. And in go to, we have the non-terminals in the grammar, that is A and S. Now first we know that action consists of four things, that is shift, reduce, accept, and error. So always 1 comma dollar will be accept. Next we have to consider for shift action. So that is we have to consider the transition diagram. So I0 on S, I0 on capital S, it goes to I1. So similar to SLR parser, we have to mention the item set number, that is I1. So I0 on capital S is 1. Next I0 on capital A. So I0 on capital A, it is I2. So I0 on A is 2 here. Next I0 on small a is I3. So I0 on small a, we have to write it as S3. So S stands for shift, and I0 on small b, it is I4. So I0 on small b, it is S4. Next we have to consider the item set 1. It is not having any outgoing edges, so consider I2. I2 on capital A, it is I5. So I2 on capital A, it is 5. I2 on capital A, it is 5, and then I2 on small a, it is I6. So I2 on small a, it is S6. Then I2 on small b, it is I7. So I2 on small b, it is S7. Next we have to consider I3. So I3 on capital A, it is I8. So I3 on capital A, it is 8, and then I3 on small a, it is I3 itself. So I3 on small a, it is S3, and I3 on small b, it is I4. So I3 on small b, it is S4. Next if we consider I4, we don't have any outgoing edges, so consider I5 also not having any outgoing edges, and then I6. So I6 on A, it is 9. I6 on A, it is I9, so represent it as 9. I6 on A is 9. Then I6 on small a is I6 itself. So I6 on small a, it is S6. I6 on small b, it is I7. So I6 on small b is S7. So next consider I7. So no outgoing edges for I7. I8, if we consider, no outgoing edges, and I9 also not having any outgoing edges. So next we have to fill the reduce operations. So for filling the reduce operations, we have to consider the productions which ends with dot. So here in I1 we have the production ending with dot, S dash tends to S dot comma dollar, and then after that we have only in I4. So that is A tends to B dot comma A or B, and then we have in I5 that is S tends to AA dot comma dollar, and then we have in I7 that is A tends to B dot comma dollar. Next consider I8 and I9. So I8 is having A tends to AA dot comma ARB, and I9 has A tends to AA dot comma dollar. So we have written all the productions which ends with dot. So next we have to consider the uh, second one, that is always 1 comma dollar is accept, so we leave this production. So consider the second one, that is I4, A tends to B dot. So A tends to B dot, the production number is 3. So we have to consider the lookahead symbol, that is A and B. So on the item set 4 and the row I4, for A and B we have to write the relevant production number of A tends to B. So A tends to B, the production number is 3. So on I4 A comma B we write it as R3. So R3 in A and R3 in B. Next we consider this I5 item set. So here we have S tends to AA comma dollar. Look ahead symbol is dollar. So on I5 row and the column dollar we have to write the production number of S tends to AA. So production number is 1. So I5 dollar we write R1. So because it is production number 1. Next we consider I7. So we have A tends to B dot. The production number is 3. So on the row I7 column dollar we write R3. So row I7 column dollar we write R3. So next to consider I8. So the production is A tends to AA dot. So it is production number 2. So the look ahead symbols are A comma B. So on the row I8 under column A comma B we write the relevant production number which is R2. So R2 has been written. And finally we have I9. So A tends to AA dot. The production number is 2. And for I9, for the item set 9 and the lookahead symbol dollar we write R2. So thus we have constructed the parsing table for CLR parser. So from this lecture we understood about CLR parsing. Thank you.